Hi, it's Miss Mo, and I wanted to do my first blog critique. Um, and just for the record, I want to say that the author did not, no authors have called me and told me to do this. I'm just doing this strictly on my own. I just feel like, I think people should go out and read more books. But I want to talk about this book. If you can't see this lovely book, this is Zane, the Hot Box. And I've been reading Zane ever since her first book, and most people, when they read her novels, they think, oh, all she does is she just over exemplifies sex in her novels. But in reality, she did more in this book, and I am just so proud of her. It's about two characters who have two different love triangles. And the main characters are Lydia and Melina. And I think Lydia was more of a girl who felt like she was stuck in her town, and she had so much more that she could give the world. And I think her character was really one of my favorite characters, because she thought that just men were just attracted to her, and she was just a magnet, and she thought that she was all that in a bag of Doritos. And in the book, she was. I didn't see anything wrong with that. I mean, she knew what she was doing. She knew how to play men. She knew how to do what to do. Melina is a girl who had to come, used to be out of her shell, but then went right back into it because she's been hurt by love. She didn't want anything to do with men after her ex-fiance did the unthinkable and just broke her heart. So she devoted herself to her practice. The men in this story are phenomenal because they really kept the book going forward. Phil and Glenn are Lydia's love triangle. She has these two men wrapped around her finger. And with her predicament, I guess that Glenn is her boyfriend, her live-in boyfriend. They are living together. And Phil is that man on the side. And my predicament for her was that Phil was going to end up falling head over heels for her and telling Glenn about Lydia so that he can get Lydia. That was what I thought in the book. Before I even got to the end of the book, that was my predicament for it. You have to read it to get that predicament was true. But that her story, her love triangle really kept me going. Melina's love triangle was between her ex-fiance and a man that she met a few hours after her ex-fiance came back. And her love story was very intriguing because she wanted her ex-fiance back, but then she didn't, because I can actually honestly relate to her. Because, like, have you ever had that moment where you wanted to be with the love of your life, but because he hurt you so bad, you just don't want anything to do with him? I felt like that, but Melina's character, she took it above and beyond. She honestly hated him. She just didn't want anything to do with him. And Melina's character I can relate to, because throughout the book she talks to herself. And she talks to herself in her mind, and it's really funny. I think that was the funny, the humorous part of the whole book. And Jakor is just her ex-fiance. Yosef is the guy that she picks up to make her ex-fiance jealous. But in the end, she ends up really falling for him. And in her predicament, she wants to sleep with him, but then she doesn't. I think throughout the whole book, she really starts to come out of her shell, and she knows what she wants, but she just doesn't know how to pick. I think throughout the whole thing, you see, my jaw dropped 3 or 4 times, because I was like, wow, I didn't see that one coming. And I just really looked at it whoa, I'm at a loss for words in a good way in this book. From a 1 star to a 5, I give it a 5, because not just because I'm in love with the author, it's just the way that she took it and it just felt like right. Like even the ending, when you read the ending, it's a really good ending. And I was just really amazed at how she was able to put that whole book together between Lydia and Melina. It was a roller coaster. It really, really was. And I myself enjoyed that book. And any other book that I read, I don't know. I really don't. And I applaud Zane for that book because she had a lot of metaphors in that book that really just that you have to read this book. If I don't know how many times I can say it, but you have to. If you don't read any other book, you have to read that book, especially if you're into the whole erotica type of thing. If you were to take the sex out of that book, that would still be a good book. So that is my blog critique for today. The next book that I read, I don't know. I'm probably going to throw all the books up in the air and figure out which book I'm going to read. But that is my first blog critique.